Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Wednesday, the 18th of March. Chris Hipkins doesn't want people to read too much into him considering his political future as ripples spread from personal allegations made by his ex-wife. She posted claims on a private Facebook page on Sunday, now deleted, and none relating to unlawful conduct. The Labour leader told Newstalk ZB's Canterbury Mornings he was simply being honest about his thoughts. Hipkins says he's here to stay.
It wasn't a long deliberation. I still love my job. I still absolutely want to do it. I also recognise that being in the political spotlight, there are other people who pay a significant price.
The conflict in the Middle East could cast a lasting shadow over Kiwi businesses and consumer prices. Stats NZ data shows food and electricity inflation was already rising before the US and Israel launched war on Iran and Lebanon. Foodstuffs North Island Chief Executive Chris Quinn says the conflict shouldn't affect supply, but it's pushing up costs for things like diesel and plastics. He says the longer this goes on, the harder it will be for businesses to absorb costs.
I suspect the effects will be a little longer lasting than the war itself.
And the Commerce Commission says it's satisfied with the prices that fuel companies are currently charging. The effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz is causing global supply pressures, causing large price swings at the pump. In many places, prices are surpassing $3 a litre. Commissioner Brian Chappell says consumers are getting a fair price even if there is a 50-day supply.
They price based on what their expected replacement is. So what we'll be watching is to make sure that when prices go down, they go down at a similar rate to the rate they've been going up.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump maintains that conflict in the Middle East will be over very soon. Israel's continuing its strikes on Iran and Lebanon and says it's killed Iran's top security official. Trump says the US doesn't need any help in the region, but is disappointed the UK and other NATO allies aren't providing more support. He says if the US pulled out now, it would take Iran 10 years to rebuild.
But we're not ready to leave yet, but we'll be leaving in the near future. We'll be leaving in pretty much the very near future.
The Immigration Minister says anyone committing a serious crime should prepare to be deported. Erica Stanford has introduced a swathe of changes to immigration laws, which include greater use of deportation and increased penalties for exploiting migrants. They also include changes to let immigration officials take crimes committed in New Zealand by a refugee applicant into account. Stanford says the changes allow better risk management.
It is a huge privilege to grow up and live in this country. It is not a right, and if you're not going to abide by our rules, then you will face deportation liability.
To sport. Arsenal, Sporting Lisbon, Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain have advanced from second leg round of 16 Champions League football ties against Bayer Leverkusen, Borussia Glimt, Manchester City and Chelsea respectively. Moana Pacifica halfback Augustine Pulu has been suspended for 3 matches for his swinging arm tackle on Sam Nock in Sunday's Super Rugby loss to the Blues. And Jess Thirlby has stepped down as England netball coach, citing the need to grieve the death of her father. He died in 2023. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.